Hey, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Rick G coming at you live. Joe's on Pros Sports Talk channel here on YouTube. Coming at you to bring you up some updates for the NBA playoffs this year. I know that we've already gone past the first round. We're into the second round now. We got a lot of great stuff going on. Warriors, Jazz. Warriors are up 1-0 right now. Rockets, Spurs tied at 1-1. Cavs, Raptors. Cavs are up 2-0. And then Celtics, Warriors. Celtics are up 2-0 as well. Got a couple games coming up tonight. I believe it's going to be the Celtics and Wizards, and if I am correct, the Warriors and Jazz. Let's go ahead and start off by talking about the Warriors and the Jazz series here. Like I said, Warriors up 1-0. KD is back. He's looking good. You know, my man is wrecking shop as usual. He's a great shooter. Actually, I'll go as far as saying prolific shooter because the dude is really great. We've all seen him do it for many years. So with him as addition, it's going to give Steph more rest. It's going to give Clay more rest. This is going to be a lot of guys coming in and out. He's going to be able to hold it down. I think the Warriors are just going to walk through this series, honestly. I like the Jazz. I really do. But I don't think they have enough firepower to keep up with the shooting as the Warriors. Right now, the shooting percentages between each team. Warriors are shooting 48% field goal percentage, 40% three-point. They're averaging 27 assists per game, which is pretty solid, and then 46 rebounds a game. As opposed to the Jazz, who are right now shooting about 47% field goal percentage, 38 from behind the arc, 36 rebounds. So that's actually a 10 rebound difference between the two teams per game. So to me, that just goes to show that the Warriors, getting them second chance points. They're getting them defensive boards, stopping the Jazz from getting their second chance points. So really moving it along. I think the Cavs are just too much. They got three guys. The Warriors are just too much. They got three guys scoring above 20 points a game. I mean, the only way that the Jazz got any kind of chance, in my opinion, is to stop two of those three shooters, and that ain't going to happen. Because then, they'll just start giving the ball to Draymond down low. Iggy can get going. I mean, these guys are stacked. So I really don't feel like they'll have any kind of struggles. Gobert was a nice addition for the Jazz. I think that he's a great player. I think he's got a lot of promise. But ultimately, I think that the Warriors are just too much, and the Jazz, as young as they are, they're doing great. I think that they're going to be competitive. I think they got many years to come. They need to keep that team together. But unfortunately, yeah, it's not their year this year. Warriors are going to be moving on to the next round. I'm pretty sure they're probably going to get even both home games for the Jazz. So, hey, man, good luck. I really hope that they pull something out because I don't want to see the Warriors win again, but we'll see what happens. Moving on. So the next game today, like I said, is going to be the Celtics-Wizards. Actually, that's probably going to be the first game. Right now, Celtics up 2-0. Looking great. Isaiah Thomas is balling out of his mind. RIP to his sister. I know that's a lot of motivation for him. I think that he's doing great. I hope that he continues to do it and he just continues to shine for what he believes is his sister's purpose. So I really hope so. To kind of get into the numbers here a little bit, 45% field goal for the Celtics, 32% from beyond the arc, and 38 rebounds a game. As opposed to the Wizards, 43 from field goal, 29% from beyond the arc, 43 rebounds a game. So slight edge in that category, but the Celtics are still up because they're shooting at a better clip. 7 blocks a game for the Wizards, though. I think if they could start stepping up that defense like they did last series, they're going to be able to do some things. They're kind of evenly matched here. I think they're both kind of built the same way. They rely on their point guards a lot more. I think between the two, it's kind of hard to choose because, you got Isaiah Thomas just balling the hell out, right? But then you got John Wall who's averaging 10 assists. So, I mean, really, whichever point guard it takes over the game and doesn't make a mistake, in my opinion, is the one that's going to win this series. I think they're both built the same. Like I said, they both got big men. They both got people who can run the court. They play some decent defense. I like the Celtics defense a slightly bit more. But there again, I mean, that's not to say that the Wizards are slouches, So that's just my opinion on it. Right now, let's see, 3 guys, maybe 4 guys shooting over 10 points a game. I think it's actually 5, to be honest with you, for the Celtics. But right now, Thomas is leading the way. 28 points a game, 5 assists a game, and 2 rebounds a game. I mean, my little dude is wrecking shop right now. Ain't nobody stopping him. Doesn't matter what the Wizards threw at him for the past 2 games. He has been making it happen. He's been creating his own shots and giving the motivation to his team. Right now, John Wall is averaging 23 points a game, 10 rebounds a game, and 4 points a game. Now, that to me feels like it doesn't do him justice because of what he is doing for the team. But then when you look at guys like Bradley Beal at 23 points a game, Markieff Morris at 14 points a game, Bogdanovic at 13 points per game, and Gortat at 10 points per game. I mean, they have guys on the squad who can score. I just think that John Wall is trying to do too much. Is it hero ball? Who knows? I'm not going to say that it is, But I'm also going to go out and say I think that he should trust his team a little bit more. It's the same deal that Russ got. I mean, we can use it here in this argument. I don't really feel like he's a detriment to his team because his team's doing great, as you can see from the numbers. But what is it? Is it the coaching? Is it situational? We'll have to look at that this game to see if they maybe made any adjustments. I look to see Bradley Beal step up a little bit more, also Gortat. I want to see Bogdanovic get a little bit more minutes. He didn't get anything for minutes last game, and I don't even think the game before that. He was shooting at a really high clip towards the end of the season, and I had him on my fantasy team, so I know that for a fact. But definitely, I would say give him a little bit more minutes, and then try to step up that defense, try to put a little bit of lock on the IT, and I think they'll be okay. It's going to force somebody else in the Celtics to step up. All right. Moving on to the next game, or to the next series right here, we're going to be looking at the Rockets and Spurs. That game happened last night. Amazing game. Unfortunately, Tony Parker went down. It was a torn quadricep tendon. Say he's probably going to be out for the rest of the year, and that he's going to require surgery. That's a big blow for the Spurs. I personally think that he was doing his job running the offense. He was making that team go. I think he had a great game the first game, even though they lost. A great game the first game, even though they lost. But I still think that Tony Parker's impact is going to be severely missed for the Spurs. Right now, they're shooting 48% from field goal. They're shooting 41% from beyond the arc, and they're averaging 40 rebounds a game. Now, these stats in this series are pretty close. Obviously, it's tied. They're not built the same way, but I do think that the Rockets have a better chance of outscoring them if they're on, because right now they're shooting 28% from beyond the arc, 45% from field goal, and 45 rebounds a game. So they're out-rebounding them. They're just not shooting as great from beyond the arc. Now, we know that they broke the record for three-pointers. We know that they're shooting at a high clip the last series. So, I mean, I'm not really concerned with the Rockets. I think they're going to turn it around. As soon as Patrick Beverley starts stepping up his defense once again, it's going to look good. What's funny is that last series, Patrick Beverley was shooting really high, really high percentage, and he was actually scoring, getting a lot more rebounds. This series seems to just more on that defensive end. I think that has a little bit to do with the scoring. Honestly, James Harden, 29 points a game, 11 assists per game, and 8 rebounds per game. That's pretty solid, man. My dude has been balling out of his mind this year. Definitely MVP candidate. But when you got guys like Lou Will, 17 points a game, Gordon, 16 points a game, Anderson, 13 points a game, Capella, 12 points a game, Ariza, 11 points a game. Some of these dudes are almost averaging double-doubles. So, I mean, the team is stacked. Spurs over here, you got Kawhi leading the way with 25 points per game, 3 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, and we already know what he does on the defensive end. LA coming at you with 17 points a game, 1 assist per game, 7.3 rebounds a game. And then, in my opinion, what I think is a really big key for the Spurs, and now that Tony Parker's out, I think they're going to be getting a little bit more run, Lee and Dedmon. Right now, they're averaging 5 rebounds a game. That's a big thing for the Spurs, considering that they have a lot of other smaller guards that aren't really boarding besides Kawhi, So, I mean, at the same time, if those guys get a little bit more run, personally, I think that Lee is the better of the two. But if both of those guys get run, they can probably make a bigger difference and a bigger impact for the Spurs with Tony Parker being out. Right now, they're probably looking at DeJounte Murray, probably going to start over Mills, which I don't really mind. Mills is comfortable with that second unit. Why don't you just leave him in there? I think, Murray had something like 6 or 7 spot starts on the season, maybe 8. So he's got some experience. I think he's averaged he's gotten 20 minutes total in the playoffs this year or something like that. So, I mean, it's not that he doesn't have the experience. He's a true rookie. I just think that Pop will bring him along in the right way, and I think that maybe he has earned it in Pop's eyes, and then that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to have the most minutes, but he'll probably start the game to give him a different look and let Patty Mills work his way in. So we'll see what happens with that. The only way that Houston, I believe, gets better is if Houston's three-point comes alive and they do what they did against, if Houston's three-point percentage comes alive, do they have a chance against the Golden State Warriors? That's what we're kind of talking about here. I'm not ruling the Spurs out, but I do think that they're the only team in the league besides the Cavs that can keep up with the Warriors' shooting percentages. So if they're shooting at a high rate, they're going to be shooting just as much, and we'll see what happens on that note. All right. Right now, I don't really know who to lean to. I'm probably going to lean towards the Rockets, honestly, just because that Tony Parker injury is going to be a little bit more significant to me. But once again, we'll find out in the coming days to see how it goes. I believe they're headed to Houston now, so we'll see what happens. Last and not least, certainly not least, Cavs-Raptors. Cavs are up 2-0. LeBron is a beast. I ain't going to lie. My man is the best player in the world. That's not even a question, and that's not including any, Hall of Famers or any people that are still alive here in the world. We're talking about active players. LeBron is the best. I don't care what y'all got to say. Yeah, I rag them all the time. I rag the fans harder because that's what they need. But LeBron is holding it down. He's doing everything he needs to do. He's bringing his team along. And right now, the Cavs look pretty unstoppable. They're playing really great defense. Even the role players like JR and Iman, they're all coming up. You know, they're all coming up and doing a great job. Man, Darren Williams is having 10 points a game this series. Are you kidding me right now? Talking about he ain't the old Darren Williams we ain't never seen. He don't need to be the old Darren Williams. He just do his thing. He ain't asked to do what he was doing in Brooklyn. He ain't asked to do what he was going to be doing in Dallas. You know what I mean? So come on now. Anyways, Cavs are shooting right now 48% field goal percentage. We're looking at 40% from beyond the arc, and we're also looking at 39 rebounds per game, as opposed to the Raptors, who have 43% field goal percentage, 34% from beyond the arc, and 41 rebounds a game. Now, they are out-rebounding them, but right now the Cavs are just shooting way too damn good. Almost a 50% field goal percentage. It's kind of hard to beat that, honestly, especially if you're doing it for both halves. LeBron's averaging 26 a game right now, 8 assists, 8 boards a game. Kyrie's at 25 a game, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Love's at a double-double with 19 and 11. Thompson's almost at a double-double with 8 and 9. I personally like Thompson a lot. I'm a Texas fan, as you can see. But like I said, I think that Love's obviously better. Thompson is just there as a compliment piece for that trio right there. And he's doing his job. He's doing exactly what he's been asked. He's playing great on the defensive end as well. DeRozan's averaging 27 per game. Man, last game, I don't know where he even went. I mean, that boy was silent, gone, whatever. He was nowhere to be found. And I'm a really big defender of DeRozan. I think that he's a great player. I think he is a star in the league. Not a superstar. I think he's a star in the league. And I think that he does carry that team a lot. But it just seems that when the pressure's on sometimes, my man, I don't know what happens. He just disappears. And it's not every time. It's not frequent enough to make you worry, but it does happen. And that's something to kind of red flag there, you know? I have another friend in a group that I host, Joe's on Pros Sports Group on Facebook. Check us out. He's always giving me crap about defending DeRozan, saying that, you know, he's a great player, but he just can't win in clutch situations. Maybe he's right. I don't know. I like to continue to defend DeRozan because I think he's awesome. He's an all-star. I think he's a great player. I think he can be a superstar for a team, but maybe we just have him and Lowry have to split too much, or I don't know what the case may be, you know. But the Raptors are doing okay. They're not doing bad. They just needed to have that extra scoring. I think it'd be helping them out. Right now, like I said, DeRozan's at 27 a game. Lowry's at 22 points a game, 7 assists. Vintage Serge coming out this time. We're looking at 14 a game, 1 assist, and 6 rebounds. He was averaging more rebounds with OKC, but right now, he's looking nice. And I think if DeRozan get together and this team can continue to do what they're doing, hey, you never know. I mean, Valanciunas is almost at a double-double at 12 a game and 9 rebounds. So, I mean, come on now. Toronto should win one at home, in my opinion. I think they will. But I think that the Cavs are just going to close the series out. They got it locked up unless one of the big three goes down. But there again, who knows? You know, we're not going to sit here and say that that's going to happen. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. So if y'all want to have any kind of debate, I gave y'all my predictions on who I thought was going to win the series and who was going to win tonight's game. I gave y'all a lot of the stats. I think, you know, a lot of good stuff's happening this year. Very competitive teams. I want to get the debate started. Who y'all think's going to win out of these teams? Write down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, share, do whatever you want. Visit our page over there at Facebook, Joe's on Pros Sports Group. It's your boy Rick G. Holla at me, man. I'll see y'all later.